Welcome to another CastPod podcast, which is, I believe, number 5. And I am Dale.
I'm Taylor. How's it going?
And to start this thing off, we have our tea and our beer, and let's announce some PlayStation games that are coming to the store. I've seen this gameplay for this game called Death Squared. You should check it out.
Death Squared.
Death Squared. Yeah, it's a good name. I like it. It's cool. It's really only a good game if you have like 3 or 4 of your friends sit down and play it. It's one of those old school games where it's a puzzle game.
Okay.
But you try to get the squares in certain places, and you try not to die as a square. And it's cool. It's cool if you get like 2 or 3 or 4 friends to play. It's really good. Parappa the Parappa from the PlayStation 1 is coming out remastered on the 4th of April.
Sorry.
So that's pretty cool. Did you play Parappa way back when?
No.
Parappa the Rapper.
No. I didn't have a PlayStation 1. I only had a Nintendo 64.
I didn't play Parappa, but if it comes out with trophies, I'm definitely going to try it. You know? I mean, It's been fucking 25 years or something like that. Probably.
It's crazy when like a game reaches that milestone. You know, like even a game that can reach like 10, 15 years.
Yeah. Well,
and still be something that people would like to play.
We're in the era of remasters and whatnot, so you know they're always trying to get extra money, and they're always trying to get that that cool fucking title to come back so that they can sell fucking 1 million copies of it.
Yeah.
And then other than Parappa, to the PlayStation Plus is Disc Jam, which I will be talking about in a bit.
Disc Jam.
Yeah. And after that, it's coming out with Tearaway, which I've never heard of. I've actually seen maybe one picture of Tearaway.
Is it a block game? No,
it's kind of blocky-ish, kind of cel-shaded, kind of, from what I've seen. I'm really actually unfamiliar with it.
Yeah.
But other than that, Disc Jam and Tearaway is the PlayStation Plus for the PlayStation 4. And other than that, there's a sale going on, which is Steep is on sale for about half off, which is a game it's that snowboarding game. You ever see it?
Oh yeah.
Looks like SSX on crack.
It looked really cool, but it's probably really shit.
I think it'd be worth $40. If it's half off.
Sure, fine.
And Resident Evil is on sale now. I believe 25% off for us Canadians. Resident Evil 7. That just came out, so check that out if you haven't already picked it up. Save a bit of bucks.
Hey, here's a tip, guys. Just don't buy the game right away, because even if they don't sell it, they're still gonna drop the price eventually.
Yeah.
So if you guys just decide to
wait
out
a month or two.
Yeah, there's always gonna be at least a couple million people that buy it. Why don't you just lower that number a bit? Maybe they'll start thinking, oh fuck, everyone's waiting for the sales. Maybe we should just sell them for lower.
Exactly. Well, I mean, they're running out of shit to sell now. There's a sale every week. Now, other than that, games, there's a bunch of games for sale, but I just picked out the ones that I think are worth it. Tomb Raider, the 20th anniversary, that's pretty decent. And BioShock, the collection, the first 3 BioShock games.
That's cool.
Yeah, the old ones.
How much is that?
It's on sale right now, I believe, for, let's see, right here.
It's probably like $30 or $40.
Yeah, I think it actually is like 40 something.
So you get BioShock 1 and 2 and
1, 2, and Infinite, yeah. Which Infinite was really good. I enjoyed it, and then I never played actually the second BioShock. I played the first, so it's one of those things.
I think I played. Was the first one with the cool graphic on the front? It was like all hollow.
The first one,
and it had the BioShock like thing, dude, like the Big Daddy on the front. Yeah. Was that the first one?
I believe it was the first one. It could be the second. I'm not sure. It's been time and a half. It's
been
10 years.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. I played 1 or 2, and then I beat Infinite.
First one was really good. Really good. You're that dude. You get stranded on this.
I thought that game was hard
tower,
as fuck,
and you go underneath the ocean. It's hard if you want it to be hard. Yeah. It's very interesting. It's a great game. I mean, it's one of those games that held up. 10 years later.
You know what though? I never understood the hype behind it.
Mm-hmm.
I know people like that game a lot,
mm-hmm.
but there was no online for it, right? It was just story mode.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck made it so amazing that you know what I mean? Like I've played a bit of it. Infinite, I'm sure didn't have the same feeling as everyone had for the first one. I'm sure.
No, Infinite was a completely different
game. It was in the sky, right?
Well, yeah.
But
it's literally.
I'm just curious, what made the hype? Like what made the hype first of all, and then what, 10 years later or more now, it's still being hyped up.
Yeah.
What is it about that game? I never understood it. And maybe I have to go back and play it.
Go back and play it, please. It's a great game. Infinite actually was probably my least favorite, but it's still a good game. I really wasn't actually happy with the ending of Infinite, but I'm sure you were. You know.
Oh, you know, I can't even remember what the ending is, to be honest.
I'm not going to spoil it.
Oh, wait, no. I think... Isn't it like all a dream or some shit?
No, it's
or
not
like,
all a dream, but it's...
like you're actually dead?
It gets a little bit complex, but it's worth it. If it's $30 or $40 for 3 games, check that out. That's more than enough for...
Are they HD... Well, the first 2 are HD remastered, right? Aren't they?
They should be HD remastered.
Oh, there you go. That's cool.
Alright, so other than games that are on sale, the additions to the PlayStation Store, the add-ons, if you will, Dark Souls 3 has an edition. Check that out. And new to the Call of Duty is the Variety Map Pack that isn't so new because it came out almost 10 years ago. That is for Call of Duty, obviously, Modern Warfare Remastered. But the sad part about all this, and I want to know your opinion on all this, they're charging people again. The Season's Pass for Infinite Warfare does not include this.
Ooh!
So now you have to pay another $15.
Is it like half price?
No, it's $15.
So what the fuck?
Not only
I paid
you have
$10.
to pay,
I paid $10. It was $10 when I got it.
yeah, it's
Back
$5
then.
more than it was way back when.
That's pretty stingy.
So not only you buy the Season's Pass for Infinite Warfare, now you have to pay another $15 for the DLC pack for the Modern Warfare Remastered, which came with Infinite Warfare. And that's just showing that how lost Call of Duty is right now and how they should just totally go back to the drawing board.
It's just this game, man, because it was overhyped. Not overhyped. It was severely underhyped.
Severely hated.
And hated, yeah. And I think a lot of people, we had the same kind of outlook when Black Ops 3...
I skipped COD this year. Did you skip COD?
Yeah. When Black Ops 3 came out, last year, I think we all kind of said this was going to be our last... Yeah, that was like...
That was a hype train right there.
Yeah, that was a good game to an extent. It still is not my favorite.
I miss boots on the ground.
Yeah.
Every so many years they should switch it up and go back and then switch it up and go back to what they have now. But
I mean, like...
It's sad.
Yeah, it is. And I think... especially when we bought the game, we were like, okay, yeah, this is our lot. Like me, I said, I'm not getting COD.
Mm-hmm.
If they if they release the Modern Warfare Remastered like on its own, standalone,
yeah,
I'll pick that up maybe, but I'm not going to get the Infinite Warfare, whatever it's called.
I played the demo. I hated it.
Yeah, you know what? See, that's the funny thing. You guys said you hated it. When I played the demo, I liked it. I liked the gunplay, but I also liked the gunplay in the demo for Black Ops 3, and then when I got the game, it was different. So I knew that no matter what they do in the beta, the way the guns control, it's never the same.
Yeah.
And I always find I do better in the betas than when the game comes out.
That's when people, they start getting a knowledge for the game, and that's when the assholes get on and they start figuring out how to be cheap. But other than Call of Duty, because they don't deserve our time, really, they're shit.
It's pretty sad that they're reselling those maps for $15. I will say that.
It should be free if you bought the Season Pass. I understand if the game was sold separately with.
That's the thing. They probably didn't put that in the fine print.
Well, they know that they won't sell copies of Infinite Warfare that much if they don't include remastered. So
see, why don't they just package it? Like, make a standalone version of Infinite or Modern Warfare, and then sell those 4 maps as a package with the game. So then anyone who didn't buy Infinite Warfare, but they want the new remastered game, they can get the old maps with the game they bought, and they don't have to get Infinite Warfare. It's not a bad idea. You're reselling your game, but at least you're doing something that I would want, and I'm sure maybe thousands of others would agree.
We've seen towards the end of Call of Duty and our run with Call of Duty that they started recycling maps with the new vision. So maybe it was a snowy map that they made, it turned into a rainforest map or something along the line of that. They started redoing maps. It was the same familiar layout.
They friggin' redid firing range in Black Ops 2. That was how popular that was, and that was
they started to do that. And even then, we kind of feel a bit slated here because it wasn't new maps. I mean, sure, it was great maps that we liked, but they were just re-envisioned, and it kind of tarnishes the memory of the old map. You're just like, this isn't the same.
Mm-hmm.
But other than Call of Duty, like I said before, it doesn't. They're shysters. They don't deserve this much time on the podcast. What have you been playing lately? Super old-ish.
What?
Super oldish, no?
Yeah. Sorry, I kind of brain froze there. Yeah, no, I've been playing. My friend lent me a Nintendo 64.
Cool.
Because my dumb fat ass sold mine.
Way back when. I mean, we all sold our games almost.
Yeah.
I lost a lot of games, but that's okay.
But yeah, no, I've been playing that. Now, I never got to play Donkey Kong 64 as a kid.
I did.
And the expansion pack, like a lot of things I didn't know about either. Like I went over to a friend's, I'm like, oh, what the hell is this? Oh, he's like, it's for Majora's Mask, you know what I mean? Yeah. So whatever. I ended up finally getting to play this fucking game, and I gotta say, it was so good.
Yeah.
Like
you liked it?
Yeah, like
I didn't
it
like
was
it
probably one of my favorite N64 games. Just I mean, like for its time, it was really innovative.
99, 2000.
Yeah, and like the graphics for its time, mind you, were amazing. You could not customize. You could upgrade your characters. That was a big deal. You could. Fuck, I'm losing it here.
That's okay. You played it. You beat it. I see.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, you can upgrade your characters. There's a lot of different levels. Like you have to go back and forth a lot too.
Okay.
You have to switch between the 5 different monkeys and that, and then the boss fight, and like the last level leading up to the boss fight. It's just really epic because throughout the game you're collecting these blueprints and you don't really think much of it. But when you get to the end of the game, you realize these blueprints mean something. It's a time limit. Your time near the end of the game, and if you don't beat that level within that time, you lose. Game over. Yeah. You get a game over. So I had like 42 minutes, and I have to do all these different little mini games with each monkey to get through the tower, and then go to.
That sounds fun.
It's fun, and then they've got the edgy music playing along with it the whole time, so it kind of gives you that immersion. Yeah. And then when you do fight the boss, it's just like you're putting all the skills and everything you've learned throughout the game to the ultimate test. You know what I mean? So you're in this boxing ring, and Donkey Kong, he uses the barrels. You know how he would go through the barrels and launch. Like in the old games?
The old SNES games, yeah.
Yeah, and then Diddy's got like his little backpack. You've probably played it, right?
Yeah, I played it way back when.
So like, you do all these different things, and you have to beat up King K. Rool. It's just such a well thought out game. Like everything they thought of, they really put time into it, and I can tell they did because Rare did this also with Conker's Bad Fur Day. They made sure they could get everything they could to make it perfect. Okay. Now it's not perfect, obviously. Like, there's glitches. I actually did have to exploit one because I did not feel like getting the Nintendo coin to open the last door.
That's cool.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I could have sat there for a day or two mastering the old Atari Donkey Kong, but I just didn't really want to.
Okay.
So I did cheap out there, but I'm not going to beat myself up over it too much.
That's cool.
You know what I mean? It was such a good game. I did play a bit of Banjo-Kazooie. I also didn't get to play that.
I was a Banjo-Kazooie fan. Yeah. Both. I mean, more so the first and the second, but
it's a hybrid between Super Mario, because you have the different worlds.
Yeah.
And then in a way, it's kind of like Zelda because there's only 8 worlds, so it's like 8 temples or whatever, or 6
so
temples.
It kind of hybrided everything together. I'm sure they were fans of multiple games that were just listed, but it's a great game. I enjoyed it. But
it was really fun. It's one of my favorite N64 games. Maybe because I just played it. I don't know. Whatever. It was really cool just to experience it, I guess.
But you're an adult now saying that's one of your favorite games, other than having nostalgia saying that's one of my favorite games.
And
so it's proof of the pudding, if anything.
It's held up over time. That's the thing. Like I went back, I played a game that I'd never played on an older system. You'd think I might just go, meh. Yeah. You know what I mean? And no, I every day I would get up, do what I needed to do, and then that was the first thing I would go and do is play Donkey Kong. As soon as I could, I would go play Donkey Kong because I wanted to beat the game. You know what I mean? It was something I wanted to do, and I was excited for it. You know, much like how it was when I first beat Zelda or Super Mario or any fucking game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna have to go and play Majora's Mask, because I did play that as a kid, but I could never beat it. I never owned it.
You'll love the new Zelda game from what I see.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
It's gonna be crazy as soon as I get a hold of a Switch, if anything, whenever.
I messaged Phil, because
Yeah.
I've been playing Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Or a friend of ours, and he's quite the Smash Bros. Pro.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's gonna come over and play
Yeah.
next week.
Let me know. We'll come over
Yeah.
and we'll play.
Yeah, but I'm playing Smash Bros. For the 64. That's a great game too.
That's cool. I'll bring over a controller or two and we'll play.
I've got Curtis's right
Yeah,
now.
let me know. I got multiple ones. But other than that, I've been playing a pretty casual kind of style as I always kind of play, really. I've been playing Disc Jam. That just came out for the PS Plus, and I 100%ed it in like 2 days.
Steve told me it's shit.
Steve hates it. If you played it, you probably enjoy it for what it's worth. And then friggin' Evan hates it. But I love it. So it seems to be that games that I love, everyone hates, but that's okay.
Okay.
I liked it. It's simple. It's like it's way even simpler than Rocket League, but it has that vibe. It's two people that sat down for a year and made a game, and I appreciate that. And it doesn't have a trophy, which is like, why does the Jar of Mayonnaise game have a trophy and this game doesn't?
It doesn't have a trophy.
Oh, sorry, it doesn't have a platinum. My bad. It doesn't have a platinum. Yeah, it has
That
a trophy.
fucking Jar of Mayonnaise, man. What were you guys thinking?
If you're willing to hold everything to a Jar of Mayonnaise game standard, then every game that doesn't have a
Every
platinum
game needs a platinum trophy now.
should have a platinum trophy.
Yeah.
It's
Like-
such a frustrating. It's a mind debacle there.
Mhm.
It blows your mind, and you're just like, why the fuck?
Yeah.
Does the Jar of Mayonnaise?
Wait, is it
have
free?
platinum?
Disc Jam?
Disc Jam is free this month, along with Tearaway.
Oh, it's free for this month.
Yeah.
So you do have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eventually, as it just came out, so after it moves out of the PS Plus cycle, I'm sure you'll have to pay $9.99 or $19.99.
The only thing I can think of is anything that's released free doesn't get a platinum. That's what I've noticed.
No.
Well, no, Rocket
has
League.
platinum.
Yeah, Rocket League.
Everything has platinum. Sometimes games will during their release they'll issue, they'll try to work oh my god.
Try to trophies.
They'll try to work with PlayStation so that they get that extra boost and people knowing what that game is. So when it does go off the market, that people are liking it and then people buy it. Like Rocket League, right? Like more people bought Rocket League after than they did when PlayStation Plus came out. But it's that you can't hold any game to that. Rocket League is a special thing that just got lucky and it's amazing. Can't hold any standard to that. Other than that, I mean, there's not that many games that are coming out this week and whatnot. We listed them and it's all the good ones at least. We watched Logan. We both went to Logan and we seen it. And I just want to keep this short. Like if you have like a 30-second review, I have a 30-second review. I didn't like it. I didn't find it that enjoyable. To other X-Men movies, sure, but X-Men movies, they kind of went down and up and down this bumpy road. So, but as far as Wolverine movies, I didn't really like it. I didn't like the ending. I'm not going to spoil it because I'm not an asshole, but he dies. There, I spoil it. But it's one of those things where I didn't find it as enjoyable as I did maybe the other couple of Wolverine movies. So what are your thoughts on Wolverine?
Basically, I'm more or less curious what they're going to do with the storyline.
Okay.
Because they've now opened up an alternative thing.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman doesn't want to do the role anymore.
Yeah, 17 years in, okay. That's
Which is fine, right? And we understand that. It's been a long fucking
You
time.
can't be stuck creatively in one role for 17 years and then expect to fucking do something else. Like,
Exactly.
you gotta do something else. You know
But
what I mean? Like, it's boring. At that
I'm curious as to what they're going to do with the other, like the storyline that we've been watching for these past decade and then some.
Mm.
Like, because they never really tied that up, which can you really?
I mean, it's never ending, really. I mean, especially with these
And-
universes, Marvel and DC, it's just, it can constantly go and go and go. And
And
they could just
the-
restart it, they could reboot it.
But the way they've done it with this new movie, it's almost like they've made a whole new cast already, because
Yeah.
they brought these kids in, they all have these powers, da 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 da.
Made sure that
And-
everyone knew what
and-
powers they had.
Yeah, exactly. And like a lot of the original characters that might have been a girl is a boy now that has that power or whatever. And I think what they're trying to do to cover their asses, this is my theory here, because he doesn't want to do it anymore. They're like, okay, let's just start over.
Yeah.
we have tons of material to work with. We just need new characters, and we need to make it make sense.
I can see that they take those kids and maybe they're teenagers or something at a certain point.
Yeah, like those kids might get one more movie.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna have older versions of those kids. You know, and
something like that. And then, you know, like you could have like they're older or whatever it may be. Or, you know, we could just take a break from X-Men and 10 years down the line when these kids are older, that we just have a reboot. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but I'm saying, like, I definitely could think X-Men takes a backseat for a while, and, you know, they just reboot the entire thing in 5 to 10 years. And then
but they can't really just leave it now because of what they've done with this new movie.
It's DC.
Fine. They can, right. But I don't think it would be a good idea. They just made this whole new story, and it's ended for one, but it's begun for another. So I just don't.
It wouldn't make sense just to end it if people are wanting to see more. And then
people
love the movie. I necessarily didn't love it.
They call it every other year. It's not every year, is it?
Every other year.
Couple years.
It's been probably about 4 years since the last Wolverine movie. But it's one of those things where we could definitely see it in another 4 years. These kids be teenagers, and then now they're learning their powers on their own, you know, wherever they ended up. But I didn't like it. People did like it. It's a great movie in people's minds. So definitely,
it wasn't bad.
We'll see it.
We'll
see a sequel.
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't. It
wasn't phenomenal like people are saying.
Yeah, and I mean, what, there was like 4 scenes with fighting.
Couple. I'd probably say 4 or 5. Yeah.
And I know you
Good
know,
ones.
but this is the thing. Like I was just saying, that's why I think it's a beginning. That's why there wasn't that much fighting, because these kids you need a story. You need. It was
just the same thing. Oh, the government's coming, or whoever the government is, and then we fight the government, and then the government comes back, and they.
It was just a different way of happening.
It was this recycle of Wolverine versus the government. You know? Let's segue over to a little bit of gaming news, just a tad. I don't like to get too deep into it because it's a rabbit hole, but the Nintendo Switch apparently is supposed to have a restock about mid-April, and that is right before Mario Kart, the re-release.
So there's
Mario
no Kart. Switches available.
They're out there. But you'd be a lucky person to find one. eBay sales, you know, people are selling it for, you know, $500, $600. You know, like
what's
typical junk.
Why is Nintendo doing this?
They always do that. They do that. The hype still sticks around. So the next time they release system, they keep the hype train going by limiting their systems. They do that with the classic NES, and they just keep doing it with the Wii.
But they're poor. You are a poor company who is not surviving in the games.
They're on a decline. They're not poor, but they're on a decline. Yes. So why stop someone who has an impulse buy like myself from getting a Switch?
Like, you guys are Chinese, okay? And I'm not trying to be a dick here.
Japanese.
Fuck whatever. Japanese. Sorry, but you guys should be good with this kind of money.
Manufacturing.
Everything, yeah, man. I'm not trying to be rude here. I'm being legit. Like,
it's
you guys
on purpose.
It's stupid. You're screwing your company.
It is.
In my opinion.
Because it stops people from getting impulse. I didn't feel impulse enough to get a pre-order, but I felt impulse enough after I seen footage of the system, people having it, to go out and buy one. Even though there's problems with the system, it's blue screening, there's dead pixels. Nintendo has said that they're not responsible if there's a dead pixel, basically. So if I take it to GameStop and I say, hey, it has a dead pixel, they could say, it's not really our problem. Nintendo hasn't acknowledged it as a problem, so we can't fucking take it back. That's dirty ball. That's dirty ball, Nintendo. But other than that, other than the shortage and the restock coming soon, I found a very interesting article on Kotaku, which is a gaming news site, and I'm hopefully try to quote more of these news sites as it goes on. But the top 30 games for the SNES, which is the Super Nintendo. All right, so I'm gonna run by these 30 games, and you just go yay or nay that this should belong on the classics, the little tiny system. A Link to the Past.
Yay.
Super Mario World.
Yep.
Earthbound.
I've never played it, so I can't say.
I've seen footage and okay. Ken Griffey Jr. MLB, which is a baseball game.
I would say no, because it's a fucking baseball game.
Good luck getting rights to that, though. I mean, let's be honest. F-Zero, which is the racing game that I used to play.
That's cool, yeah, I guess.
Super Metroid is obvious, right?
Yeah.
Donkey Kong Country. Super Mario Kart.
Yeah. Actually, I'm going to say put both Donkey Kong countries in there, fuck it. Or all 3, actually. I think there's 3.
Yeah. Pilot Wings?
Never played it.
Okay, that was the original one. They had Pilot Wings 64. That's the one I played. NBA Jam, which is really good because you could play as what's his name? Bill Clinton.
I know what game you're talking about.
Yeah, and it was sick. Super Mario Yoshi's Island.
Yeah, I actually loved that game, but it was hard. Plus the goddamn that was so annoying.
Super Castlevania.
Sure.
Okay, there's so many of them. Star Fox.
Yes.
Yeah. Turtles in Time. Ninja Turtles.
No.
No.
No, you know why? Because everyone has it for their other system.
Okay.
It's like it's so many people have it and have played it, and it's been out like overhyped again. Like people have got it and stuff. So nah.
Okay. Mario Paint.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Mario Paint. Super Mario RPG.
Yes.
I mean, I would like it too because
I'd love to play
pay $150 for a cartridge.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat 2.
Sure.
Yeah, why not? Final Fantasy 3.
Yeah.
3. Okay. Chrono
Fine,
Trigger?
sure, but like again, it's like you can buy it on the Game Boy Advance like for like $10.
Okay. Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
Earthworm Jim. I think is a must.
Yeah.
Harvest Moon. Never played it.
I know what Harvest Moon is, and sure, if someone wants to buy the SNES Mini for Harvest Moon
Okay.
and spend hours of their life playing Harvest Moon, then go for it.
Just some games I've never even heard of. I'm not gonna name. Mega Man X. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Every Mega Man X up to like I don't know 4,
Okay.
5.
WWF Royal Rumble, which is actually a good game, but good luck getting the rights to that, as they will not release that on a Super Nintendo.
World Wildlife Foundation bitches.
Yeah. And then NHL PA 93, which I agree, but then I disagree because 94 should be on there.
No sports games on these fucking consoles. I swear to God.
But 94 was an amazing game nonetheless.
But no sports, man.
Yeah,
no
take
sports.
some space.
It's a waste
Madden
of a game.
94, which is like, once again, no.
Like if we're playing sports games now, no one's gonna go back to that and be like, oh yeah, this is the shit, bro. Let's get some fucking beer, play NHL 94
I'll play 94.
for shits and giggles.
Yeah, for a second, and then I realized I can get better stuff with anything else. So
That's why I say no sports games on those.
other than games, they segue into a thing that I like to call the boob tube / Pokemon. We're combining topics now. They're coming out with a new Pokemon movie.
No way.
Which is it's like based on Ash's first adventures in Kanto, so that should be interesting.
Huh.
I can't wait to illegally download that on Pirate Bay.
Didn't we already watch that when the show was out? When we were.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do in between the times.
The fuck?
It was on.
What are they gonna show? Him battling all 8 gym leaders and.
Maybe it's reimagining. I'm not entirely sure. Who knows? We'll see. That is it actually for topics for this podcast. Let's keep it short and sweet. But I would like to plug 2 things. We are slowly creeping up to WrestleMania. We are on the road to WrestleMania, as WWE likes to pound in our heads every fucking chance that they have.
Road to WrestleMania!
And then it's the ultimate thrill ride of fucking WrestleMania. Yeah, that's definitely a roller coaster, ups and downs, this WrestleMania.
Well, the last pay-per-view was so bad, so...
I wanted to shoot myself. I'm not even joking. But as...
I wonder if Goldberg is gonna win!
Yeah, I wonder how quick... I blinked and I missed it. Don't ever take a piss during the main event because you'll miss it with him.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's
slowly
not
creeping
that
fast and bad. His wife got the
street. But we're slowly creeping up to that. We're just about 2 weeks away. So I would like to announce that we're gonna have a podcast right before WrestleMania, and we're gonna have it pre-WrestleMania about our predictions, and maybe a slight post after WrestleMania of our disappointments.
What we're gonna do is we're just gonna tell you who's gonna win, and you're gonna tune into TNA.
Yeah. TNA and get a lawsuit because they don't own it.
Don't watch WrestleMania. The wrestlers are gonna win.
Yeah. So we'll come out with a pre-thing with picks and discussion about what's gonna happen, and then we come back and we see if we got it right. And
we might even try and film it right after. Maybe.
Maybe a day after. Maybe, who knows? It won't be a long thing. It won't be a short thing. But I would like to announce the name of it, and the name of this podcast, or whatever we may call it, is Men Throwing Men at Other Men. So that should be entertaining, that should be interesting, and I'm sure we're going to get a whole new audience of LGBTQ community of gays and whatnot, just based on that title. So welcome.
Yeah, you're gonna.
Yeah. Anyways, other than that, the other show that I would like to plug in between is I am going to start a single show here on the channel about stuff that makes me mad and stuff that gets under my skin and to quote Family Guy, to grind my gears. But just to announce the name of it and just throw it out there so it's in stone, the Dale Privilege as a whole new show to this channel, and let's see how that goes and see how much hate we can get based on the name, because I'm taking it obviously from something that everyone knows lately, the white privilege. So we'll see how that goes, and we'll see. I can't see that to be a weekly thing, maybe a bi-weekly or whatever gets under my skin usually, which is a lot. So we might see it every day. Who knows?
Before we go, sorry to cut you off.
Shoot.
I also wanted to state that I'm going to be trying to do some game captures.
Yes.
A video game called Arma 3. I've mentioned it before.
Okay.
Depending on how the thinking gaming works and whatever, and how, because my laptop it's not the best computer.
We have an Elgato. We have the power.
Okay. If I do this, guys, the graphics for the game are not going to be amazing. My computer is not good. Mm-hmm. Good enough to run at a high detail. I could do low, medium. But it's more for just the entertainment purpose. I might even have a friend of mine play with me, and usually me and him can get some pretty good laughs in there, gags.
Content is key.
Yeah, so just bear in mind, I might also not have a facial cam, just to make the screen clean and to help my computer run a little bit better. I might not have the camera going.
For now. Slowly as we go on, we will upgrade our technology, just like
my laptop's old. It was good when I bought it.
But one day we'll have a better laptop, we'll have desktop, we'll have better cameras, we'll have a green screen, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Whatever it may be. But so more gameplay soon to come. Hopefully, we're gonna be looking at maybe filming Emily is Away, which is a cool little pick your choice thing on the computer that's free, and we're gonna check that out because Emily Away 2 is coming out.
I want to sniff her butthole.
Yeah. All right. Let's end on that. That's good. That's a good way to end on that.
All right, cool.
Anyways, guys, this is another PlayStation podcast. Cast. Anyways, my name is Dale.
I'm Taylor.
Have a good one, guys. Have a good week.
Take it easy, buddies.